Cheating in computer games has gotten very bad within the last few years, to say the least. Back in the day when most were younger, it was just staring at another person's screen. Now we have people using wall hacks, aimbots, no recoil this, my gun that's semi-auto shoots full auto. It's gotten to a point where it's actually a problem and people deal with it on a daily basis. I just wanted to talk about this rising issue that seems to be only getting worse. I do know how bad hacking was during the Xbox 360 and PS3 days of gaming, even to a point where going to play those old COD games now, such as Black Ops 2, is nearly impossible. I saw a trending image of someone making what we will call World War II imagery out of care packages in the sky. Unfortunately, that is not entirely on those games, since that generation of consoles got compromised very early on, so modding or hacking was very prevalent on those platforms. When the Xbox One and PS4 came out, a lot of people were excited for that shit to end. No one wants to turn their game on and get headshotted through the wall as soon as they spawn in. Thankfully, even to this day, those systems were not compromised, so people were not able to cheat in the same manner. But of course, a way was found. We are going to be talking about the not so obvious cheats that have been running its course around the gaming landscape for the last few years and will probably only get worse as time goes on. A device called the Cronus Max was created to allow people to upload scripts and cheat on console. If you ever played Black Ops 3, you probably remember the Brecci. That gun had a script on there called the Jitter mod, which allowed the gun to shoot way faster than it was supposed to, clearly cheating since, you know, the gun doesn't shoot like that normally. Apparently, this device got outdated very quickly and was replaced with something new that is still used a lot in 2023. The good old friend, the Cronus Zen, used by Timmy, Billy, Mikey, Bobby, and a lot of your favorite streamers, swooped in to save the day, allowing cheating to become even worse in the world of console gaming. But this is not your average hack. This won't give you aimbots or wall hacks, which some people seem to think it does, but rest assured, it does not do that. But of course, it gives you a blatant advantage over the other players. This square has the ability to remove recoil from all guns in any game recoil is a thing. Soldier and Overwatch, no recoil. Call of Duty, no recoil. Games like Rogue Company that have 6 people that play it, no recoil. Removing a skill that people need to learn while playing a game. Especially in COD, where the game is 80% reaction time and 20% skill. Controlling recoil falls into that 20%, so it alleviates so much from the player that actually has to learn anything when they use this device. The Zen also allows the player to have a slight aim assist advantage as well, making it more sticky. You also have the ability to plug and play a keyboard and mouse in games that do not natively allow it, which is a huge issue in a lot of games such as Rainbow Six Siege and console Overwatch communities, since those games do not allow you to just stick in a keyboard and mouse and play like Fortnite does, for example. Some may not consider that cheating, but to me it is, since you are blatantly using a superior input when the game does not normally allow you to play like that. Sure, the device is not 100% accurate to the keyboard and mouse when you are allowed to plug and play, but it's close enough to where it still is an advantage over the other players. Siege on console does not have aim assist, so using a keyboard and mouse is obviously going to be better for you, and on Overwatch, you are using a keyboard and mouse with fucking aim assist. Need I say more? People also do this in other games such as Call of Duty to go into controller lobbies undetected, and it causes so many issues for the players. It's not very pricey either, at only 99 clams that you have to spend on this device. Of course, it's not the only one. The Zim is another popular device people use for keyboarding on consoles as well. You have basic strike packs. Hell, the next time you go into Walmart, look in the gaming section, they actually sell fucking strike packs for controllers, and they're only like $30 to $40. It's nonsense how apparent these things have become. Their point, they're selling them at fucking Walmart. Is legitimate skill at a game not a thing anymore? Why do I need to be skeptical every time I watch a streamer, see a clip, or see any gameplay? Gaming is slowly starting to become the fitness industry, the most corrupted corner of the internet. What I mean by that is when you see a lot of these people, right, you see their physique, do you seriously think none of these big men have ever used steroids before? Not even one time. They've never ever done the classic test in the leg and D-ball trend sandwich combo. Not even once. Not a single one of these women have ever used Anavar to make their legs bigger. None of them. Do you honestly believe that? If you do, you're a moron. Do you know why? Money. What does money do? Corrupt. It corrupts every single thing it touches. When someone can make a career out of exercising, which millions of people do, why on earth would you not do something to give you an advantage over everyone else around you? Obviously, Buckington the 15th and the Juice Boys at the top are using PEDs, but Timmy, Tommy, Billy, and Bobby are not at the bottom, or so you would think they're natural. The same correlation can be made about gaming. There is so much money to be made in gaming. There are some streamers that make more money yearly than fucking lawyers and doctors. Let that sink in. Someone who goes to school pool for 12 years makes less money than someone screaming and overreacting at other people's videos and playing fucking video games. The youth sees this and takes inspiration from it because why would they not? They are surrounded and raised in this culture. Why take the time to actually get good at a computer game? Why not just use a Cronus Zen to control the recoil for me so I can actually look much better than I actually am? If you are a new player and you're watching someone play COD, for example, their gun doesn't move whatsoever, they have perfect recoil control when they're shooting, most people's first assumption won't be, wow, that person's a cheating piece of shit. You'll think, oh wow, this person's pretty good at the game, which is the illusion these devices give off. It does not even end with the Cronus Zen, because there are very expensive cheats you can purchase on PC where you can barely even tell the person is cheating. The lock-on is so slight, the only ones who would actually notice that are pro players, which in my opinion are the only ones who could be trusted. Since those individuals are getting a salary from an organization, they play in LANs or on stage in monitored facilities, if their gameplay looked different or a lot worse than their typical stream gameplay on stage, it would raise a lot of question marks. There are cheating accusations almost every week from some streamers. Nadia, for example, essentially built her career off of cheating accusations alone and gained hundreds of thousands of followers in under a year. Is she cheating? That has yet to be proved, but there are so many accusations thrown at her on a daily basis. Obviously, if someone's walking out the gate, locking onto every single person in the lobby, gunning them down like no one's business, and decimating the entire lobby, the person's Twitch account would be banned and people would be like, yeah, you're cheating, kid. If you are smart, you'd use something like a Cronus Zen or a soft aimbot as mentioned earlier to make it look like you're an insane player at whatever game you're playing. But do you blame these people for looking at StreamerMan37, who posts questionable clip after questionable clip, does not have a salary from an org, plays in unranked matches all the time, and think maybe something's going on behind the scenes because of the consistency of these bizarre clips? Warzone is where these claims typically come out of, and I'm not a person who just assumes cheating right off the rip, but some of these clips I've seen from that game are more than questionable. If you look at a game like Valorant or Overwatch, if someone cheats, goes up the ladder, and starts playing against the pros or aspiring, their account will get banned pretty fast since they will be on blast in the small player pool, and the pros will instantly notice to blow their cover. If you look at COD, someone could do that all day and not really have anything done against them since they're just playing against Richie, Mikey, and Steven who don't know their fingers from their ass, and they're just seen as an insane demon at the game. Which brings us to why. Why does all this happen? Why is there a 6-week wait period on the Cronus Zen? Why do people want to use a device that controls the recoil? Why do they want to use a soft aimbot people will barely notice? Money. As we mentioned earlier, it all goes back to money and society. It corrupts everything it touches, like I said earlier. People will do it to try to get a leg up on the ones around them, thinking they're doing this slick move when in reality everyone at the bottom is doing it. There are so many one-viewer Richards on Twitch, especially in COD where most of these claims come out of. It seems like the best idea in their mind since they want to grow their channel. They don't have a personality, so it's essentially watching Plank from Edit and Eddie playing Call of Duty and hopes no one realizes or assumes they're cheating. I should take back the me saying it's everyone, but the 6-week wait period thing on the Cronus Zen is real. Like, actually, I've seen it happen numerous times where you actually have to wait that long just to get one. While the Cronus Zen is not aimbot, it's still cheating, and obviously a soft aimbot is cheating because it's an aimbot. It causes a divide between people when you see how easy it is to do now. Seriously, anyone can plug this thing in, use it to remove recoil on all of their guns, and creates this smokescreen as if this person cheating, are they not cheating, is it legitimate gameplay or what? Streaming is an important thing to mention because of how popular it is to do. Ask any kid in modern times what they want to do for a career. YouTube, Twitch, social media is the answer you'll get every time. Of course, I'm not accusing anyone in specific of cheating, but it does beg the question if some people in the higher end of these gameplay channels or larger streamers are cheating, and is the reason I compare this to the fitness industry with steroids. If a bunch of little people are doing it, what would make you think the larger ones aren't? Some would say because of a sponsor, their reputation, their brand, and honestly, a sponsor only cares about your reach, not if you're cheating, so if you're not an idiot and expose yourself, then you're good. Sure, I mean, maybe you could say your reputation's on the line, but there are some people in the fitness industry with hats off to them that admit they're using steroids and still have sponsors and a following, so that part's more of a gray area to me. With actually hundreds of thousands of dollars being tossed around, people pretending to be life coaches and sharing their $1,000,000 castles and giving cringe quotes when in reality the caption of their picture should just be saying, hey guys, I'm flaunting my wealth, the younger people see this every day and get quote-unquote inspired by it. Obviously, they will do anything they can to cut corners. If someone thinks you're just a really good player when in reality you're using cheats that are barely noticeable, something that's controlling recoil for you, having slightly stronger aim assist, you can go a long way since those things are found within naturally good players as well and makes you fit right in. The fact so many people are doing this to try to grow a channel, or maybe some people are just testing it out, cheating has become so obnoxious in recent times where you run into this stuff frequently. It ruins the fun for everyone. everyone. It happens in casual, it happens in ranked, and sadly you cannot avoid it. I'm not saying every good player is cheating or every streamer is cheating, which is another thing thrown around, which is a little ridiculous and over-exaggerated. But that truly shows how awful it has gotten. People cannot watch gameplays anymore, die from a player, or watch a stream without questioning if it's legit or not. No one knows what to believe anymore. Sure, this is not as bad as people aimbotting you through a wall, which does happen often as well. I just didn't feel like I needed to mention that since this is a much larger issue to me. People could honestly do this and just be mixed in as a top tier player, play in online tournaments while the whole world thinks they're insane at the game. But in reality, they've just been so smart at hiding a program in the background, never getting caught while making a living off of it. Some would say, hey, if someone was cheating, why wouldn't a larger streamer call them out on it and put people on blast? Well, that's like being a snitch in prison. That's the best thing I could compare it to. It all leads down the same rabbit hole of corruption. Thankfully, some of these companies have been cracking down on external devices like the ones mentioned in the video. COD and I believe Rainbow Six Siege have started to implement systems in their games where if you use a third-party device to play, it can flag your account and eventually ban it. It is very rare I applaud Call of Duty for anything, but it's nothing but a benefit to the player base. Of course, if you're playing on PC, there's probably a way around it. I would not be shocked. There are workarounds for so many things, but at least the companies are trying to stop it, and if you didn't believe me on how bad it's gotten, these companies wouldn't be trying to stop the Zen disease. Elmo's question of the day is, do you think larger content creators or streamers are cheating, and how corrupted is the top end of content creation?